Hello Bon Bakers, and welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and if you're new here, welcome. I share lots of delicious homestyle recipes as well as baking tips and tricks. Today I wanted to share with you all some food styling, particularly for food photography, and these ideas and tricks I think are really going to help you if you're trying to learn about this yourself. These are some of the tips and ideas that I live and swear by, I use all the time, and it's also information that I wish I had when I first started. This is all just things that I've learned along the way, and I really hope that this is going to help you as well. So let's get to it. Tip number one is to grab yourself some really nice fabrics. So I went and bought a whole heap of different fabrics here, and they don't have to be expensive. I just went to a place called Spotlight and got a whole heap of different fabrics all cut up, and I got different colors and the colors that I want to use for my brand. So a lot of the pinks and the creams that come through, and ones that you know are going to make your food pop. So I've got these here, and these are great to use in photography. You can use them as a texture, or you can also use them as a little part in the background, and I'll show you some photos in the video where I've used a lot of the fabrics. And you can also use them as a background. So placing them up behind the food is going to give you a really nice wall, and it can be in any color that you like. So the fabrics I have are a combination of tea towels and then just loose cut-offs of any of a big roll of fabric. So I do highly recommend the fabrics. They're a great change up from your kitchen table or your bench, and they add that little pop of color as well. My tip number two is to invest in some ceramics. Ceramics really do bring out the beauty of whatever you've made. They look so pretty just by themselves, and then having something placed on it is just so pretty. I am obsessed with ceramics. I have a combination of cheap ceramics and more expensive ceramics. I do believe that it is a bit of an investment and a great way to collect some really nice items. So for my baking and food photography, I've got a bit of a combination. I have some simpler ceramics for like little bowls, and then I also have some more fancier plates like this one, some in pink, which is one of my colors that I use all the time. And I've got this one over here too. So these are just a few of the ceramics that I like to use all the time. I also incorporate little dishes like pinch dishes or sauce, condiment dishes like this one. And then I also have a little ceramic pourer as well, which I love. And then I also, this is kind of similar, it's not ceramic, but I have cute little bowls like this one, and this is great if you're going to have like muesli or do an acai bowl or something like that. So I think that these really do help elevate your food photography and your food styling. Tip number three is to have some cute serveware in your food photography or to style the photo. So I have a combination here of some little wooden spoons and then some nice gold ones which I've collected, and these are more unique, for example, like with the little avocado or sunflower on top. And then I also have like more ceramic ones over here. So having a combination of these is really gonna make that photo really beautiful, and they're gonna look really pretty alongside your food. Cute little spoons like this, for example, are a great feature on their own. So if you're trying to photograph or style something that may not look as amazing as what it actually tastes, using something like these as a little feature in your food photography or styling is just going to really help elevate your photo and make it really pop. If you're wondering where to purchase these from, some of them have been bought online, some of them have been from markets. Just keep your eyes out for things that are a little bit unique and different. Tip number 4 is to get yourself some flat boards or some serving platters. So over here, this one in particular, this is a marble serving platter, and I like to use this one because it just makes everything look so pretty when you place it on top. These ones were just cheapies that I got, and they're great to place on top of the fabric as a nice base for whatever it is you're going to present. I have the link to purchase this exact marble cutting board or serving platter if you're interested, and I'll just leave it in the description box below for you. Tip number 5 is natural light. So when you're photographing something, you want to try and move around the house and find the best light to photograph whatever it is that you're trying to present. If you don't have access to studio lights, natural light is really important, and just pay attention to how it falls on whatever it is you want to present, so whether it hits the back or the side, and then maneuver your camera to best capture that. Tip number 6 is to have a really good quality camera, and the camera that we use is a Lumix GH5. It's a really good hybrid camera and great for photography as well. And I'll leave the link to this kind of camera in the description box below for you. It's also really affordable and a great camera if you're just starting, but also one that's good if you want to get a little bit technical as well. Here is our second camera, just to show you, and this one also has inbuilt stabilization, so it's going to keep things nice and smooth on video. And this one as well has a really good lens on it, and lenses are important as well. That's probably another video for another time, and I might get my husband to talk about that one because he is way more knowledgeable and experienced in that kind of thing. And if you don't have access to a good quality camera, iPhones these days are also amazing. Some of them have even 3 cameras built into them, so don't stress. A really good quality iPhone photo is fine as well. The best thing you can do is just get started, and no doubt you'll learn as you go. Tip number 7 is to incorporate white space in your photo. So if you can, you don't want it too busy and too all over the place. You want to try and have your feature in the middle or off to the center and have some of that white space around it. It's just going to make it look a lot more polished and take your photo to the next level. Just to add to that, it's really hard sometimes to get the right photo and get that white space. So the best thing you can do is try lots of different things. Just start taking photos. For example, we probably take 100 photos and might use 10 of them. So it's really important just to get going, get started, and if you take a lot of photos and try a lot of different things, guaranteed you're gonna have something that's worthwhile and you can use for your food photography. Tip number 8, sometimes it's really nice if you can to use a bit of the ingredients that are actually in your food or in your baked dish in the photography. So you might have seen in some of my photos, we like to scatter around some of the ingredients that are in the actual dish itself. And that really helps people understand what's in the dish, and it also makes your photography look more beautiful. Tip number 9, and this is my last tip, and that is to have a think about the colors that you want to make pop when you're actually doing your food photography. So for example, if you're doing something red, have some other red things around, like some raspberries or other things that are gonna make it pop and that pair well with that color. So this is something that I try and think about all the time. There was an example just recently. I made a really nice, delicious lemon sour cream loaf, and I really wanted that lemon color to pop. So I wore a lemon color as well, and it just really helped make the food look great in the styling. Sometimes it's also great to contrast the colors. So usually pairing something a little bit duller in color with something more bold works really well, and vice versa. You don't want to have the same color on the same color on the same color. You want to think about the variations and the colors that are going to contrast and make everything pop. For example, you don't want to put anything brown in this brown bowl. You'd want to put something brown on something like this orange. So for example, see the color here? That contrast is really beautiful. So there you have it, guys. Those are my tips and tricks for food styling and food photography. Those are just the ones that I could think of today. So if there's anything else you want to know about in more detail, make sure that you do let me know. I want to hear all about it. And if there's anything technical as well, for example, the camera settings that we use, leave me a comment. And if that's something that you want to know about, we'll shoot a video just for you. I really hope this video has helped you, and if it has, make sure you give me a like and subscribe to my channel. It really does help support me. And hit the bell because I have a new video coming out every single week. And I'll see you again next week. Bye. Tip number 3 is to have a bit of a collection of cute servingware, or like knives and forks and spoons and that kind of thing. So I have a, sorry, go again. I just scratched my head because I got a midgie in it.